following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, why every man in a thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me, big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy, big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British punk, yo, what I wanna be, Jimmy Star's new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Star's.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We got a great show for you guys today. I'm really looking forward to it. We have character and creature actor Kevin Kepi coming on. You guys know him from the movie Smile, which did hundreds of millions of dollars. And we also have Ciro DiPaggio coming on, and he's the Mob King, so it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to it. Before we get started, let's say hi to my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Before we get started, could you make that light a little warmer?
Well, I don't know what that means.
Less gray, more beige. I look like I died and got embalmed.
Well, that's the same way we always use it.
I look embalmed.
That's the way we've done it every time.
That's better, darker. I have to get sun. You know, we live in Palm Springs where it's 82 degrees in the daytime, but because it's winter, we don't go to the pool because of our mentality. It's still an East Coast mentality.
I know, but it's still 70 degrees and the water's like 50.
I know that, but the mentality is still New York or Brooklyn or wherever the hell we lived on the East Coast. And we don't, you know, I just can't go to the pool for some
Even
reason.
in the summertime, though, in Palm Springs, when you get out of the pool, it's cold.
Cold.
It's cold. Even if it's 120 degrees, you get out of the pool and it's cold.
Because, and I'll tell you why, I found out why. Florida, you get out of the pool, it's hot because humidity holds heat. And when you get out, the humidity is hot. Palm Springs, there is no humidity at all. So when you get out of the water, you don't have heat. You just have the breeze. And the breeze is coming off the mountains, which have snow. So the breeze is cool. It's a very strange climate. But anyway, I need to get sun.
Yes, a little bit.
You too.
I never sit in the sun, so I always look like a zombie, so it's okay.
I know, but I'm usually very dark, and I'm not dark at all. Look how light I am. I look like an albino.
Anyway, you guys, it's going to be a fun show today. We have today's show, and then we're going to have our Christmas show next week because Christmas and New Year's falls on a Wednesday, so we're not going to have any shows for 2 weeks, so we're going to regroup ourselves and take a little break. So next week will be our Christmas show. It'll be a lot of fun. I don't know who's going to be on it yet, but we're going to start inviting people tomorrow, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. I can't wait. We always have fun on iTunes. Our last year's Christmas show, I think, is our #1 show on iTunes. Was our last year's Christmas show. Out of all the shows, like that's the one that was downloaded the most.
It's hard to get people because they're all away. You know, all the celebrities that we know, they go back home to their family. You know, their mothers or whatever. I just would like to say one thing today because I'm a little upset. I was on Facebook this morning writing my usual column, and I wrote something that someone I thought was a friend of mine disapproved of. And I realized that they put politics before friendship. And I think that's so sad because if you put politics before friendship and then you upset the friendship because of the politics, then you weren't much of a friend, were you? You were a fake friend. As long as everything goes your way and you please that person by kissing ass and giving into their whims and their likes and dislikes, God forbid you write about something they dislike and then they become evil, nasty, cold, or mean, or rotten, or whatever the fuck they become. I really don't give a shit because I have 5,000 followers on my Facebook page. Maybe, I don't know how many of them, but I have quite a few of them that are friends that I see socially. So I really don't care. If I lose a friend here or there that I don't really give a shit about, I don't go crazy, because I always said, see that seat where you're sitting, somebody else could sit. And it has happened all my life. People that have sat in that seat betrayed me, left, and a new person, I have the hiccups, sat in that seat. Ooh, hiccups. So I'm just telling everybody out there not to worry. If somebody dumps you or upsets you or goes against you or is rude to you because of politics, don't feel bad, because there's somebody out there that feels exactly as you do. And when you meet them, they'll lick your wounds and they'll make you feel good because they believe what you believe.
Plus, I think.
And I wrote on Facebook something very clever. I wrote, what I write on Facebook are my words, and they are not for you to, I forgot what else. They're not for you to insult. Right. What I write on my pages are my words. They're mine, not yours to insult. So that's it. If somebody writes something on Facebook that you don't approve of, shut your fucking mouth, huh?
Just scroll by it. I see stuff I don't approve of all the time. I just scroll by it.
I'm not about to agitate and aggravate the person that wrote it. The person, listen, Facebook is like group therapy. Everybody, no, it is. Everybody writes what they feel inside, not to be criticized or to be argumentative. Argumentative. I thought there was more to it.
I see stuff all the time that I don't like. I scroll by it. I even have a meme I post all the time. Look, I saw something I didn't like on Facebook, and I didn't have to make an argument, and I didn't have to disagree. I just scrolled right on by to the next thing.
Well, the person that gave me a little bit of aggravation today and hurt my feelings because he called me absurd and nonsense. What I write is nonsense, and I'm absurd. I would never have said those things to him because I had a little respect for the friendship. But now he's shown me that he has no respect for my friendship. And if you don't respect my friendship, guess what? You can go fuck yourself, because I don't really give a shit. So end of conversation.
So they like our shirts.
Oh, yeah, but we clash.
We clash a little, but
I said to Jimmy, when he wears a print, I should wear a solid, and vice versa.
We also want
And Jimmy said, no, it looks good.
It's fun.
You have no taste at all. And you don't know how to dress. For a man that had a clothing manufacturing company.
I know how to dress. It doesn't. We don't have to match. I don't like it called clashing match.
No, but the colors. I mean, the print. Look, it's
I'm
much.
Red.
It's called much.
I'm red.
On a music break or whatever, I'm going to go put a solid shirt on. No, I can't stand to look at it.
Do you want to do a solid shirt? I can take a music break and we can put you in one if you want one.
Well, aren't we going to get our first guest?
Yes, in 5 minutes.
I have to figure out what. You think I didn't have any clothes. I have 5 closets full of clothes. And I have to think now what to put on. I'm cold.
No, so we never match on purpose, you guys. They're asking. We never match on purpose. We don't even pay attention to what
I need to put on a long sleeve shirt.
They like it, though. And they say your shirt matches the Hollywood sign perfect, which it does.
Matches my beautiful Versace wristwatch. Yeah, Jimmy got me another one for what? Was it my birthday? What'd you give me?
Our anniversary.
Our anniversary. I have an orange Versace. How beautiful that is. I love that watch. I love color watch.
So B. Claudia just joined us from Germany. Hey, B, I want to thank you for what you did for me.
How's your mother?
Hope everybody's good.
How's everybody feeling, honey?
Hope it's good, and thank you for what you did for me.
You must be freezing your ass off now, because Germany gets cold in the winter. I bet you got snow, too.
Oh, probably.
Oh, I could never live in Germany. I could never live in New York, let alone Germany. And I'm from New York, and I miss New York, but I could never live there. I mean, cold, snow, rain,
He
Grace.
says thank you for asking, and that her mom is turning 92 on Saturday.
Yeah, but I understood she wasn't feeling so hot.
Yes, but she's turning 92. So happy birthday to B.
Happy
Claudia's
birthday,
mom, you
you
guys.
old bag.
92.
She's tell her I said she's an old bag. How do you say old bag in Germany? Let's see. In Italian, una vecchio valigia. Una vecchio valigia in Italian.
She says that there's no snow, but it's announced that it's going to snow
Oh,
this
it's free.
weekend.
I was in Switzerland, and that's like Germany. You know, you could freeze your ass off up in those northern countries. I stayed in Genoa at my grandmother's house when I was 19, and I thought Italy would be beautiful. Hot. No, it's not. It was very cold in Genoa in the winter, freezing. And they don't have adequate heat like we have. They don't have steam heat because it's a Mediterranean climate. So they get a couple of cold snaps in January and February, and your balls start to ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, because it's cold.
And actually, B. Claudia says her son is in Switzerland, and it's much colder in Switzerland.
It is very cold in Switzerland.
I love Switzerland.
I don't care for Switzerland.
As a child, that was my favorite destination that I ever went to.
I was in Geneva. I was in Geneva, and I found it to be very gray. The buildings are gray. They have these weird statues in the street. I got in at night, about 2 a.m, because we drove up from Genoa, and there were all these statues, like people sitting on park benches, people underneath street light, but they weren't people. They were statues. It was like a whole village of fake people. And I just thought that was bizarre. Would make a wonderful set for a movie. You know, I'd like to shoot a movie with those statues.
Well, she says she loves Geneva.
Geneva is. I didn't care for Geneva, but I'm not a Nordic lover. I like Mediterranean. I like pink and yellow and blue. I love flowers. I love the Mediterranean Sea. I love color. And Northern Europe is very gray. For some reason, the buildings are all gray. The minute you get to Italy, Spain, or France, then you start to see color.
She says she loves Geneva too, but that's Italy.
No, Genoa is a very beautiful city. Genoa is an enormous city, and it's a very, very modern city. And I'm very happy that my family is from Genoa. We are Genovese.
So I've been to Switzerland twice as a kid with my family. I don't know where we went, but we stayed at the Butterfly Hotel. I remember that. I was only about 10.
I went with my children. I went once.
Hang on, let me finish.
I'm sorry. I thought that boring subject was finished.
And then when I was older, I went to Innsbruck, Austria, and when you're in Innsbruck, if you ski down one side of the mountain, you end up in Switzerland. So I did that also,
Right.
Which was fun. And you took your kids to.
Leslie and I went to Mont Blanc, which is all the way up in Switzerland, the ski resort. Very beautiful, froze my ass off, snow all over the place. I couldn't stand another minute of it. I said, let's get back to Italy. I can't the snow. And my daughter was very happy with the snow, but she's like, a Nazi. Because my daughter is half Italian, half Dutch. So the Dutch side loves the snow.
So we want to also give a shout out. Dawn Hinton joined us. She's been absent for a couple of weeks. So Dawn, welcome back.
Where were you that you were absent?
And she had medical things going on.
I thought maybe you met a man and you
married.
ran. And that doesn't mean anything. I thought you met a hot guy and you ran off to a resort somewhere to make love.
I think
that's far more romantic than where she was.
That's maybe, but
right.
I think
Dawn, where were you? In a hospital?
I think we have our guest. So Juan, Kevin's in the studio. Is that what I see? He's there? Because you didn't write a text. I think he's there. So let's see if he is. So Juan, let's bring in Kevin. Yes, he just came in. Okay, perfect. He's not there. Hi, Kevin. Wow, you look cool. Look, I can read you.
Yeah. Are you doing?
Hello, world.
You're shooting the Invisible Man, right?
Oh, Astro.
A man of many talents.
I love it. I love that. Like, what? So, what is that thing behind you? That like Medusa head?
Oh, this is a coin of Alexander the Great, that was made in Macedonia during his reign in around 333 BC. So it's a replica that I got in Greece when I traveled there. So, and I really liked it.
I love it.
I know. I used to live in Macedonia.
Really? No kidding.
Oh yeah,
He's kidding.
I'm 3,200 years old, and I made that medallion. I made that.
You don't look a day older. So.
I made it.
So hold on, let's do an actual intro. All right, everybody, now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, character and creature actor Kevin Kepi. He's a great guy. Welcome to the show.
Hey,
Guys, we met Kevin at the Day of the Cicada premiere. We had invited him there. He's a great guy. You're going to love him. Before we get started, if you remember my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, Ron Russell.
I didn't get a chance to talk much with you because you always had people talking to you. They surrounded you like a beater, a bulb. No, they were. I couldn't get to talk to you because seriously, everybody was jumping on you.
That's true.
Yeah,
I was trying to introduce him to everybody.
Yeah.
So you guys, Kevin's really cool, and we met him through his manager, Matt Chasen, who's a good friend of mine. So we want to give a shout out to Matt because Matt's the coolest.
Hey, Matt.
And we want to welcome you. And also, we have a chat room. People are starting to come in, so just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hello, chat room people.
There you go.
So the first question we have to put out, is the standard stupid question.
Mm-hmm.
What movie are you working on soon?
No, we're not going to do that now. We're going to come back to it.
I hate that.
Already.
Wait, I hate that question. And the other question I hate, and I never say, is what made you decide to be an actor?
I actually like that one, though.
I hate that one. What made you decide to be an actor?
Mm-hmm. So the actual real question?
Yes, go ahead. Ask that one.
I hate it. Answer it now that I said it. A stupid question.
Absolutely. Well, I'll try not to ramble too much about it, but I've always been a shy, introverted person. I went to art school.
Yeah,
I went to art school for college, came back big into computers and gaming. I have a computer animation degree. So I was behind the computer too much, and I needed to be able to speak with people, to articulate and enunciate words, and to not be afraid to be social, And I love the arts, and I always wanted to do theater, and I just never got to it. So in my mid-20s, I saw my first play, Macbeth, at Springfield Little Theater in Springfield, Missouri, and it changed my life. I started taking acting classes after that. And then I did my first theater show, Dracula, a script version from Bram Stoker. And that's what just changed my life. It let me know that I really enjoy this. It was really making me grow as an individual. And I found the community, the love, and boy, it was just a flame to dry kindling essentially, and I was off to the races.
You didn't get nervous then? Were you nervous the first time you go? Because movies is different. It's like everybody's involved, but when you're on theater, you're in front of a bunch of people.
A true ham is never nervous.
Yes. Well, I'm not a true ham, that's for sure. So I'm a true shy person.
No, I'm a ham. I'm a true ham, and I have never, ever been nervous. My first play I starred in, and it was titled Two in the Same. It was about two people in the same body. One was a drag queen and one was a man. And it was a difficult part to play because of the changing of who I was. And I looked out at the audience and I said to myself, I like this.
That's cool.
I felt so comfortable. And I said that to the kids, all the other people in the show. Afterwards, we went out to eat. And one guy said, I was a wreck, Ron. Oh, my God. He said, you gave me such a part to play. I said, why were you so nervous? You were brilliant. He said, weren't you nervous? I said, not at all. I had to keep myself awake. I had to almost smack my face to wake up. I was in heaven. No, to me, it is a drug. Theater. I love theater. Making movies sucks. Boring. Stupid. Sit around. Bullshit. Oh, I hate it. Theater. Your blood bubbles. Your brain smokes.
Mm-hmm. Theater is intimate. It's passionate. You can get really passionate. Theater is the actor's realm, where film is like the director's realm. You know.
So how long did you do theater before you decided to go into like film then?
All the way. So, being from Springfield, Missouri, Midwest, I moved to LA 6 years ago. So I was doing theater consistently in rehearsals 2-3 nights a week for 10 years, essentially, doing multiple shows and producing and directing, stage managing and doing a lot of stuff. The only time I slowed down is when I moved to LA. I still want to do theater. I still want to start my own production company, a little theater company I do. But it is challenging when, I'm focusing on my film career, and you need to be available for that. And everything costs money. So I'll get back to theater.
It's very expensive to live there, too. It's so expensive. So I want to go back. So
I just want to tell a little quick story, because our audience likes our stories. I was offered a starring role in a 2-character play called Neil's Garden. It was a brilliant play that did such a success on the East Coast. It's about an old queen who invites his ex-lover to his house because he's going to commit suicide because he has AIDS. It was a wonderful script. I got the script, and I was living in Florida at the time, and I went down to the beach under a palm tree. I'm reading the script, and then I got in the car, and I said, I can't remember one word of what I just memorized.
Yeah.
And that was the start of my goodbye head. So I turned the role down. It won acclaims. The guy that was playing my part got a whatever award. I was heartsick that I could not do theater anymore, because I cannot remember lines even in a movie. I mean, I read the line, I know it off camera, then I walk to the camera and I forgot it. I'm 84 years old. At 84 years, it's not, Meryl Streep, it has trouble. So now they have the earplug, and I use the earplug. Now I think I might even attempt to go back to theater, because with an earplug, I can go back on stage.
He remembers the line. He just needs the first word or two to get him started.
I forget what lines go where to whom. Isn't that terrible?
So wait, I want to go back.
No, so I spoke to a doctor about it, and he said this is very common at your age, because people in their 80s reverse everything. They hear in reverse, and they could speak. I can speak backwards. I never could before. Now I can speak backwards. So it's amazing how when you get old, your brain gets weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
I want to go back. So I
just wanted everybody out there to know that it's not an easy chore being a stage actor.
I know, it's very
difficult. Am I right?
Yes. Big time, but it's super rewarding and very challenging, and you get to live, in the moment. It's powerful.
I know, I love it.
But it's not easy work, kids. So all of you out there that think you're actors, you're going to be on stage, you're going to be great. Not at all. And if you fuck up a line, you better know how to cover it up.
Yeah. There's no mistakes. There's no do-overs.
No do-overs.
Indeed. But that's the power of theater, because it teaches you to live in the moment, to listen to the people that you're around, and it's a pure relationship back and forth. Rather than film, sometimes you can cheat it, you can cut things or whatever. But on film, you have that relationship, and it's very powerful. And it really helps us to be more informed, to be better people in life, I feel.
Oh, no, I think so too.
In film, I forget the camera's there. So I don't even know I'm working. Do you have that feeling? I have no idea I'm working. But on stage, I know I'm working.
Yeah, well, you're sweating and all that stuff.
I'm in a coma, because I'm an actor that becomes the part. I study the part, the character. I do a whole story. Like, say I'm playing a vampire. I will, in my head, create where I am, what I'm doing. I make a movie out of it in my head. So when I'm working, I don't. That's the question I want to ask you.
Wait a second, because I have other things I want.
No, these are questions that
we have plenty of time, so don't worry.
These are questions that young people that want to be actors and actresses watch this show like a Bible, because I give good tips. Now you made me forget the fucking question. The question is, I guess I will have to do it. Do you become the character?
Yes, you need to
Or-
find the character. You need to
You
find the
stand-
character. Mhm.
Or do you stand next to the character and watch him?
Become the character. And as I always know from my early classes, my teacher George Cron, the character is just a representative of you. You just be you, and you find the character in you, and you in that character, and you merge, make that relationship, that engagement, and you express yourself authentically through that character as that character. And it does take work. It absolutely does take work, regardless if you're doing character stuff on stage or as a creature. It's all the same, can be.
I've never seen your work, but I'm sure it's good because I like what you say. Because
Hey,
what
thank
you
you.
say, no, what you say is what makes a star or a good actor. I've worked with. I'm 60. I've been in the business 64 years. In
Yeah.
64 years, I've worked with quite a few people, and
Mhm.
some of the people I've worked with, I said to myself, "How the fuck did they ever get here?" I mean, why are they making $40,000 a week? You know, I wonder because they're so bad. And then there are others that I work with. 1 second, just one word out of their trap, and I know we clicked. Isn't it amazing how we click and don't click with the fellow workers?
Absolutely, yeah. But everybody has their place in the play. You know, the world is a stage, and we're all as performers. You know, whether in the world or actually on the stage or in front of the camera, everybody has their place. Whether you're 12 years old, or you're 84, or whatever gender you are, or whatever skin tone you have, like everybody has their experience, and that's what's really important for, especially theater and also film is. It's a full representation of humanity, I feel, and that's super cool. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So before you became
I just came off of a movie a couple of weeks ago where there was a creature. I call these people creatures.
Uh-huh.
Extra. He was a soldier. Nothing, maybe one line. And you would think he's a producer, a director, a coordinator, a stuntman. I mean, and this guy walked around like he was
you would have thought he was fucking like Brad Pitt with 10 Academy Awards.
I mean, really.
It was like something.
And I said to Jimmy, I've seen big balls in my day, but I've never seen balls this big. This guy really is a sicko. Guess where he's going to go in his career?
Nowhere.
In the garbage. Because you can't do that. Everybody on the set couldn't stand him. All the other actors said, oh, he's obnoxious. So you can't, you guys out there, don't go on a set thinking you're big shit. Remember, you're just part of a play. You're just a little bit of something that makes something big.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so I want to go back.
Humbling.
I want to go back for a second.
Yes.
Because you said something
You know, you would be
interesting.
good teaching. You should teach theater.
Hey, thank you, Ron.
No, but listen to me.
Okay, let me go back,
Just
please.
a second, then you can have the fucking before I put two fingers.
Okay, well then I want to talk for a long time and you be quiet.
Two
I got a
fingers.
whole page
See,
of
two
stuff.
fingers.
I have a whole page of stuff I need to cover.
Two fingers you'll never see again. He's my husband, you know. We're
He
married.
knows.
You
This all
guys
the
get
time.
along so well.
7 years we're married, and we torture each other every day.
Okay, go ahead.
That's
Your
cool.
last thing, and
You
then
made
let
me
me
forget
talk.
the
Okay,
fucking
good.
question
I want to go
again.
back because I find it very interesting.
Oh no, wait! I wanted to encourage him.
To be a teacher.
You have a very good way about you. I'm telling you right now.
Thank you,
be a
Ron.
teacher, because we need teachers. There's so many pay-to-play jerks coming into our business. You know,
Yes.
pay-to-play, and they need to be taught. So we need teachers to teach these people. If you're thinking of being an actor, learn to be an actor.
Like you did.
Mhm.
Like you have and have done. So you went to
Absolutely.
school though for you went to school for what?
Really, I majored in computer animation, so that'd be for films and games, and but it was a graphic design degree. So I went to the Art Institute of Colorado, is where I went to in Denver. So it was very much an art institute, a very art college. So, but yeah, I graduated with that degree, thinking I would move to somewhere and make video games. And they said after I graduated, you can move to New York or you can move to LA. And I said, no way, New York, and I'm never moving to LA. So I guess I'm going back home to Missouri. So
I think that's hilarious.
I have to tell you something, Kevin. You should have gone to New York for theater.
Yeah.
Off is better than Broadway. You know, I'm a lover of off. I used to go see plays in an apartment. We sat on a sofa
Cool. I
in
love
an
that.
apartment and watched a brilliant performance from actors that used the kitchen table, the scene. It was wonderful. There's an art, there's an earthy art to New York that you get nowhere else. I miss it terribly. I miss off Broadway.
Wait, though. So are you a gamer? Like now, are you a gamer? Do you play video games, or you don't do it?
Strange enough, it's one of those things. Once I started doing theater, and that was 2007, 2008 is when I did Dracula. That's the program right there I have on the wall.
Yeah, cool.
In 2008, I started hardcore rehearsing, going to classes, doing Shakespeare, going back to shows, and I just stopped gaming because for gaming to me, it was a way for me to the time of each day was just really running down. Gaming's fun. I really enjoyed it, but I just wasted so much of my days and my time. And I wanted to be able to like grow as a person and grow with my community and grow with and meet new friends and people. And holy cow, I have met so many amazing people in my life, from in the theater community, the film community, and the arts community, and I would have never otherwise ever have experienced. And a lot of those people, when I did Dracula, 3 of my friends moved out to LA shortly after that, and the whole time they said, Kevin, you need to come out here. You need to do what you do out here. And so, and I still have that supportive structure here and in the Midwest and Chicago, and I just love it. Yeah.
I think it's terrific.
How did you play a vampire? Meaning, I always say, I want to suck your blood. Those vampires, ugh. And how did you play it?
I feel each vampire is a different character, as is, Vlad Tepes or from Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's a different vampire versus like Count Orlok or from Salem's Lot, so they're all very different. But the vampires I played in Dracula, I played 2 or 3 in a Dead Sea Captain. So I just I saw what I had to do in the show. And of course, theater is also presentational. So I had to do what I wanted to do. And of course, my director helped to guide me. My director, one of my best friends, Nathan Shelton. So I was like Dracula's assistant. I came on stage right. And I would come on stage. Did you
do the gray face and the teeth, all that shit?
Totally, yeah. I grew my nails out. I also had long hair at the time, so I nice paint job, makeup. My friend Nathan did the makeup, and so I had teeth in and the regal, and I was wearing.
So you were a scary Dracula.
Indeed. So it was very much period piece. Yeah, that one.
Because I'm starring in a movie soon called O Negative, where I play a vampire.
Cool.
And I discussed it with my director, and I said, according to this script, my daughter doesn't know I'm a vampire. No one knows I'm a vampire. And I'm a homosexual vampire. And I understand that because living in the shadows as a homosexual man when I was young, I can relate to with the vampire. So we're going to shoot it where nobody knows I'm a vampire, but I am. So I will not have any of those teeth or stuff, the accoutrements to make me look like one. I'm wondering how that's going to play. We don't know how that's going to play, but we'll see. What do you think?
I think it's awesome. That's such a unique and fun choice and a way to go about it. You can also involve a lot of mystery to that.
A lot of mystery.
So a lot of things can be really showy and presentational, like fangs or like big makeup or nails, but a lot of times,
none of that.
Yeah. So, but all these stories, all the horror, it's all based in stories and characters, who we are,
dialogue.
Indeed, it's from the writing is the super powerful,
wonderful script, by the way. The only thing I'm not crazy about is when I do attack the male to get his blood, I am really vicious and really disgusting with the flesh and the blood. That part I'm not happy about because I don't like that sort of stuff anyway. But they have to do it because it's a horror movie.
Indeed. Yeah.
So we have to have, I just can't be tiptoe to the tulips. We
True.
have to have some horror.
Okay, so
That's the only thing
my
I don't
turn.
like. Yes, you
okay.
can have the floor, my darling.
Okay, okay, so you're an actor, and I went down your IMDb this morning, and I looked at everything that you've done, and you've done, other
Well, I
things.
have to interrupt. I think you're terrific.
You can't
No, because
let
I'm
me talk
burst.
for 2
I love
seconds.
him already. He's like my friend. I think you're terrific.
Oh, thank you, Ron.
Yes. And you are not shy. You're full of shit. You're shy.
He's not shy anymore. 'Cause when we were at that red carpet, with you, you had no problem, mixing with everybody. And you've had some phenomenal, success. So I looked at your IMDb resume, and you've done a bunch of comedies and as an actor. So you're not only a character actor, even though you're probably best known for the characters that you
where can
portray.
I want to see your work.
Hang on, we're going to talk. I got a reel. I have everything covered. Just relax and let me talk.
Excuse me.
I have it all.
Jafura.
So let's first talk. I want to talk about a couple of the things that you have been in. Because first of all, you're in the TV series Evil, and we've actually had from Evil, Kurt Fuller, Fedor Steer, and John Carroll Lynch have all been on our show.
Cool. Right on.
It's a great show, you guys. Evil, you guys, the TV series.
Yes.
He was also in Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities, which basically has every A-list star on the planet, since he's like one of the biggest directors in the world. And I think what people know the most is the fact that you're the nightmare mom in Smile.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a
So
smile.
I want to hear a little bit about
Smile.
We're going to have a clip in a minute.
Oh, good. I'm
So
excited.
everybody else who knows what Smile is.
I don't know.
So Smile was one of the biggest horror franchises of the last 2 years, you guys. The first movie did excellent. The second movie did excellent. And I got a ding on my phone saying that Smile 3 has already been greenlit, and they're going to start shooting in 2025. So tell us a little bit about Smile.
I just learned about Terrific or Terrifier.
Terrifier, yes. We had the guy from Terrifier on. So tell me, did you have to audition for Smile? How did you do it? And before you answer that, tell us, how did you decide, like, I'm going to become, like, the next big creature actor?
Well, the latter question, for sure, I didn't really decide anything. Right now, and definitely since I moved to LA, I'm following through and listening to my intuition for where I want to go and what I want to do and who I want to work with, whether it's just doing straight roles, like character roles or whatnot, or doing like really horrific character or creature roles. So I'm pursuing the things that I want to pursue, and I'm not necessarily, I don't want to be, my goal is not to be like the star or have a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame or something, or to be the next person. So that's not me. My thing is to create, for me to express myself fully as an individual, as an artist, to connect with other people, to also help them become the best they can be, and to share and express all my abilities and all the friends and everybody that's been supported me in my life, to support them and grow and help them grow in all these different ways. And so it's all a journey for me. And when I go to horror conventions and things like that, it's so amazing to meet the different fans, the horror fans. That community is amazing. Yeah, so I love being present and being a person in this industry in this time, and to try to and work to fulfill myself as an artist, and to fulfill like a makeup artist, their image for like the art that I wear, the prosthetics and things like that, or the words that are written on the script, to perform and translate that to the best of my ability. That is, I want to help other people do good and to excel and exceed, and not just for myself, but I just want other people to do that, and it's very important to me.
You are a 1950 actor.
Yeah,
you could have fit in. No, you could have fit in Greenwich Village in 1950 when we were all beatniks.
Yeah, cool.
When I was starting off as an actor at 19 years old, that's where I was, in the village. Oh, cool. You would have fit in. Your mentality is so 1950, true artist, not jerk off like today. I want to show off to my friends I'm in a movie.
Yeah, I hear you. Thankfully for me, I've had amazing teachers, George Cron and Kristen Farr, my best friend Nathan Shelton. Like, they're true artists. And the Springfield, Missouri State University is located in Springfield, and they have an amazing theater program there, and a lot of contemporary a lot of big shows have come out of there. I mean, John Goodman went to MSU. He graduated from there. Kathleen Turner is from Springfield. And so a lot of big names. Brad Pitt's from Springfield. So a lot of big names and artists have come out of that region, which is really cool.
Well,
I came out of the Marlon Brando, Paul Newman, Joanne Wood. Those are my days.
So wait. So because on our show we had Fedor Steer, who was in Evil. We've had Douglas Spade on, and I used to hang out with him a lot. We've had Doug Jones on.
Cool.
And Doug Jones is probably
he's cool.
I mean,
another cool
I
guy.
would say that he's probably probably at the top of he's like the Brad Pitt of the character actor world, and you're quickly on your way with such great credits. So what I did is I took off of, and I don't know if these are totally updated. I took them off of YouTube, but I took your feature actor demo reel off of there and your character actor one. So I want to play the creature actor one for everybody. So Juan, we're gonna play the one that says creature actor demo reel. You introduce it. It's really short, you guys. It's only like a minute long. But you actually introduce it for us, and then hang on, we're gonna play it for everybody.
Kevin, would you consider yourself theater trained?
Oh, 100%. Yeah. 100%. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then you're a good actor.
All right, you introduce it for us, and we're gonna play it.
This is a quick creature demo reel that I have on YouTube that I use. Just trying to get some characters in there. I do need to update it, so just try to throw in as many cool looks and characters you do, and this is what we have.
You can't escape your own mind, Rose. Look at all of you, naive.
You've come for the gem of courage. Your quest will be over.
I have to ask before I forget.
Do
Do you have any action? Do you have an action figure from any of your characters? Like, has there one been made of you yet?
Not yet. I am dying for one. So one day I hope.
I've never seen a clip with so many scary, disgusting things.
Yeah,
now, I'm going to ask you a question. That was CGI, the person on fire crawling, right? That was not you.
That's a great question. It was me, but okay. So it was. I don't know the exact term or whatever, but it was me. It was a person, a stuntman who was on fire that matched my blocking, my choreography exactly. And then they added some CGI a little bit to show some of the flesh falling off. So they merged all three in post. So it was definitely me, and then the fire burner, and then a little bit of CGI.
When they break your arm or whatever in there and the bone pops out, that is the creepiest shit ever.
Yeah, right. It was so good. Yeah.
Those creatures really are frightening. They're demonic. They're very much the devil. Very. I want to watch. How do I see this movie?
It's streaming, I think.
Are you streaming on anything?
No, he's Smile. Smile is streaming someplace, I'm sure.
Yeah, Smile is definitely on Paramount Plus. I think on Amazon. It's on a couple of those.
I'm gonna watch
on Netflix, and Evil's on Paramount Plus. Yeah.
Yeah, Evil's great.
You know what? I promise I'll watch it after Christmas.
Cool.
I won't watch it before because I don't believe in horror before Christmas.
So I want to also play the video of your other reel. So this is basically your character actor reel. This is you not in costume.
Yes.
You want to say something about that?
Before I forget, you did your own work, your own makeup?
No.
I used to when I did.
He said he does makeup, so I figured he could.
No. He said he wants to, in his career, help the makeup artists be better at what they do, but when they're putting the makeup on him.
Okay.
Yes, but I do
Yeah.
know I do love makeup, and I used to apply it on myself doing simpler theater. But once I moved to LA, like I let the pros do it for me. So they're so good at it.
Okay.
So tell us a little bit about your character reel now, and then Juan, when and after he introduces us, please play the one that says Kevin Krepke character actor demo reel.
Well, let me just say first thing about this one. This reel is way outdated. I really need to update this one. I didn't know they're going to show this one, but hey, you can watch it. And but it's fun, and I have more. I love character work, and I love playing villains and different things that you can put. I could put a mustache on and turn into a different being or person. So that's why I get to play with a little bit in this reel.
All right, enjoy everybody.
Oh, what the hell, man?
So, how is it down there?
Hot, man. What do you think?
Chester, I need a favor.
Oh, yeah? What's in it for me? I hear you've been dealing lately.
If you'd be so kind, I need you to please take a message downstairs to the Dark One.
Oh, a message for Beelzebub. Sure thing, man. Keep it short. I don't have anything to write with.
I'm sending someone down.
Consider it done. Anything else?
And as you will be sorely missed, it's time I sent you back.
Oh, hey, man. Can't I just stay up here in the AC just a little bit longer?
I'm sorry.
I understand. Oh! Hitler says hi. No joke. Later.
So, did you avoid Harry?
Yes. Just like Nam.
You seem to have a knack for finding the unexplained.
I just got fired for the unexplainable. Again.
It just so happens we're in the market for the unexplained.
No strings attached?
There are always strings in this Tesla.
That last one was some like X-Files looking shit.
Oh yeah, wasn't it cool? Yeah.
I love your line. Kevin says hi. I loved it.
No, Hitler says hi.
I thought he
Hitler
said
says hi.
Hitler says hi.
Oh, I thought Kevin said.
No, Hitler says hi.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Yeah. It was a good line.
He says hi.
Yeah.
I love the line. It was good. I really can't tell you're acting because it's all camouflage. I have to see you really working face to face, close up, back and forth. And then
I understand. Yeah.
I know you're relaxed. You're very. I could see what you are. You're very calm. You're very relaxed. You're very poised. You're very together.
So
I know who you are already. I don't have to.
Yeah.
When we met you the next day you were going to shoot a movie. Was that The Wolf and the Lamb?
So that was before. So I had shot that. I had wrapped that one probably the week or two before we met, and then I was going back to Montana to work on another film that's still in the process of shooting that one. Yeah.
Okay, because The Wolf and the Lamb, I'm sure it's probably not out yet. This has such a good cast, and I always wanted to brag about it just because it's so cool. So you have Adrian Palicki, Clint Howard, Angus McFadden from Saw.
Yes.
Zach McGowan, Cassandra Serba, who was literally a guest on our show in the first year we were on the air.
Oh, cool.
Back in the day. And Mike Manning, he's an Emmy winner, and he's been on the show twice, I think he's been on the show. So that sounds like an awesome movie. And you also did a movie, I guess you did a short called Something in the Woods, and then it turned into a feature film. And we've had Nicole Sinaglia, Dave Sheridan, both on the show, Dave, a bunch of times from that.
Dave.
So what happened with that one? Something in the Woods, you did a short and it was popular, so you guys turned it into a feature?
Well, that one is I was really only brought in to fill in some scenes, some needed scenes they needed to do after the fact. So really, I wasn't involved at the beginning of that movie. So I was involved in that movie, but not in like fully as like the main creature actor that's in it. So they mostly brought me in for pickup stuff after the fact. So that's why. So I wasn't really too involved with that one.
So who are some of your favorite? What are some of the favorite movies that you think the creature is so great? And number 1 and 2, do you think that you're getting a lot of the creature roles because you're 6'6" or whatever? I mean, you're tall and lanky. Is that? I'm sure that helps a lot, right?
It does, yes. So creature actors are definitely they can look like me, taller, thinner, expressionate. I'm very expressionate. For me, I can move makeup and prosthetics really well underneath because I can move big and my eyebrows can move big. And I learned a lot of this stuff from doing theater. I'm to be a big actor and to move big, but sometimes when you need to move that rubber on your face to do that. So, but there's also creature actors that are really short, or there's all different sizes or contortionists. So, but yeah, so anyway, so yeah, I love doing creature work, and of course, Doug Jones has always been. I've always looked up to him and his work and what he's done, and he's done so many amazing roles. The first role when I did Dracula, my friend Nathan said, "Watch Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Watch the episode Hush that has the gentleman in it." And so Doug is in it, and Camden Toy is also in it as a gentleman, and they are both amazing.
He was on our show too, Camden Toy. Rest in peace.
Oh yeah, yes. Oh, Camden, yes.
On our show twice.
To me, the most beautiful monster creature ever created, to me, Creature from the Black Lagoon.
Yes.
That was a beautiful creature. I mean, beautiful.
Absolutely. One of my favorites. In fact, I have it on the wall. So
yeah.
Yeah,
really.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
I saw that movie in the theater when I was 16 years old. And I thought, my God, he was too beautiful to be scary.
Yes.
And I felt sorry for him. When they shot him, I felt so sad. That was a wonderful movie, by the way, The Creature from the Black Lagoon.
I was actually friends with Rico Browning, too.
Oh, cool.
Well, he was artistically designed beautifully.
Absolutely, 100%. And so I remember watching that movie when I was like 2 years old, black and white. It was one of the first movies I saw, actually. I remember watching that movie. I was crawling on the floor, and there was a big black and white TV was on the ground too. And I saw the movie, and it just really, it awed me for like, what is this? And it was just an amazing movie. And maybe that helped to inspire me today to do what I'm doing.
Yeah,
I think it's freaking
it was
awesome.
A beautiful movie.
So what are some of the other creatures that you have liked a lot? Like Doug Jones, because he's not just horror. Like he was the Silver Surfer. Yes. He was the creature in the water or whatever.
Shape in the water.
Shape in the water. I mean, those are huge. Huge things to be in. Like, what are some of your ones that you have liked a lot as you're getting more involved with all of this?
For what other people have done, or what?
Yeah, that other people have done. Yeah.
Well, definitely. I mean, like Hellboy, that movie that Spectral Motion worked on with Ron Perlman. Ron Perlman is an amazing. I mean, he wore rubber as in Beauty and the Beast, and so him and like Doug, and of course like Doug Tate and all those different characters and of course I'm a big Buffy the Vampire Slayer fan, and so all the monsters that are in Buffy, and I'm a huge X-Files fan too, so all those monsters I've really loved and looked up to. And Camden played he played two other roles in Buffy and Angel, Gnarl, and I just love those characters, because it's not only, that's the thing, is that when you see a character on screen, big screen or little screen, is that not only is it going to be a horrific thing or whatever, but there's a real true hard actor in there that's performing a character that has never been done before. Like when Camden played Gnarl in the episode of Buffy, he was like real long, and he's peeling skin off someone's like stomach and stuff like that, and he had to find who this character is. Like, this creature is not a real thing, so how do you figure out what this is? And Doug's done that too, and those are things that I love to do, to discover what this character is and who it is to me. It's love. I love it. It's just fantastical at what you can do and perform as an actor, as a creative person.
We actually had Christy Swanson on the show many years ago. From and she's the movie version of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, not the
yes.
version. She was the movie version of it. So here's something I like to ask everybody. Then,
can I ask one question?
Yes, you can.
Let's go back in time. I want your opinion. Boris Karloff.
Yes.
Bela Lugosi. What do you think of them?
Oh, they're awesome. I will say I need to watch more of those movies. I have definitely seen them. I love them. They're icons. They are it's like Jack Kirby or any of those any of those big makeup artists. Like those were the guys that came before, like Bela Lugosi, all his stuff, and Karloff. Like those are the people that we look up to. And I just had a conversation with a friend of mine a couple of days ago about like the new Frankenstein movie coming out and other Frankenstein movies that have come before. And like they'll never be like the Karloff, with Boris doing that character. And because he's such a unique person and delivery and the movie, and boy, what a time to be alive at that time and to see that stuff in the movie theater and like how energetic and exciting it would be. I can imagine.
How about it had never been seen before?
Yes.
How about you went to a theater as a 10-year-old kid and suddenly you saw this brand new thing called Frankenstein, how terrifying it was because you had never seen a monster before. So that's when the audiences really screamed and ran out of the theater because when they saw Dracula, no, I'm not lying to you. Yeah. My mother told me, I was too young. My mother told me when she went to see Dracula, people fainted and people ran out of the theater because they had never seen a dead body or, Dracula. Today we're numb. Today they could throw eyeballs at us. They could throw vaginas in our face. We don't care. We're so used to it. But back then it had to be a thrill.
Yeah.
We also got really scared from the original Night of the Living Dead.
Oh yeah.
A really scary one, for him.
I saw it in bed like a jerk at night with the lights up, and I watched it, and it affected me for days. I thought it was the best of the best. The black and white.
Awesome. I watch it every October. I love it.
It is a wonderful movie. Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
So here's something I like to ask, and and yours is going to be like, instead of a 2-part question, it's going to be a 4-part question.
Okay, I'll try to keep it in line. Yeah.
I want you to. So if you could have been in any movie ever made, what movie would you have liked to been in? And when I say that, I want you to give me 2 answers: one as a character, and one as just an actor, and one as the creature. Okay. And then the second part of the question is, if you could work with any actor and actress that's ever been, around, living or dead, who would you have liked to work with? And that's that one could be as a creature or as a regular actor, just to kind of get who you like.
Interesting. Well, you're definitely putting me on the spot here. So, well, I can think about this for days. At least for the last question. I always just want to work with Doug Jones on in front of the camera. I want to share a scene with him. Whether and granted, I know there's tons of actors and people I would love to perform with, and all throughout history. But I still would just love. I love Doug's work, and he's such a nice man and such an amazing, talented performer. So I would just love to be in that same space with him, and so that would just be so awesome.
Yes.
But what movie? Oh boy, what movie? Granted, well, one of my favorite movies is John Carpenter's The Thing. It's the one of the biggest prosthetic special effects makeup effects movies, and it would just be. For one, it'd just be awesome just to be one of the actors in that movie as the creature or whatever.
We just watched that not too long ago. It was on TV. We just watched
fantastic.
It. The Thing.
Oh, The Thing. I like the original Thing, not the second make. The original was scary. When he breaks that door, everybody in the theater jumped to the ceiling. We didn't expect his arm to come through. And that was the first time they ever did that. Now they put the arm through all the time.
Yes.
But the
I love it.
original
Okay.
thing was spooky.
Okay, so
On the soundtrack.
so give me an actress. Who's an actress you think it would be fun to work with?
An actress or an actor? Or...
Yeah, actress. So you gave me a guy. Give me a girl.
Oh, oh boy. Oh my goodness. Now you're definitely putting me on the spot. I'm really difficult with these things. Well, let's see here. Gosh dang, I don't know.
What's a movie you like, and then we can pick the actress from it.
I'm so bad with these things. I'm always so bad because people ask me, "What's your favorite 2 horror movies?" I'm like, I go blank, and so I keep like lists on my phone. It's like, what are my favorite movies? So I can refer.
What is your favorite horror? What is one of your favorite horror movies? What's one of your favorite horror movies?
Well, definitely The Thing for sure.
Okay.
One of that, and also like, I mean, I love Rosemary's Baby. I love The Exorcist. I love, I mean, the Night of the Living Dead, the original one. I love those. I love, like The Conjuring for newer movies. I love that.
Great.
Let's see, those are really good. And there's. So you're putting me on the spot again, but those are a few of them.
No, those
anyways.
are good. That's good. No, that's perfect. Okay, I love it. I think it's terrific. So you guys make sure too. You can follow Kevin. He's on Instagram at Kevin Keppy. It's KevinKeppy. Check out all the different things that he's been in. Definitely go see Smile if you haven't seen it, because the second one they say is really good also, and the third one's getting ready to be done. Check out Evil on Paramount Plus, I think. Is Evil on Paramount Plus?
Yes, on Paramount Plus. Yes.
Evil's on Paramount Plus, and Guillermo del Toro's Cabinet of Curiosities. And then you did a reality show, The Quest.
Yes.
That was like
indeed.
a weird. So you're a creature in a reality show that has people where basically, because I wrote down that it was a fantasy adventure reality TV show.
Yes, indeed. And actually, let me pause on that real quick. Okay, since you give me some more time. So definitely, I'm a huge X-Files fan, of course. So like 2 of the biggest actors, I love Gillian Anderson. I would love to share a screen with her. And also, of course, David Duchovny too. I love David Duchovny. And I met them both in person at Chicago Wizard Con years ago. So they're amazing. Gillian Anderson is an amazing performer, actor, person. And
I love that. I love the X-Files, and I love both of them as actors. So I think they're terrific.
Yes.
So I forgot though. So you've been on a reality show, but you weren't the contestant. You were part of the cast that creeps out the contestants.
Yes, indeed. I played two characters on episode 1 and 3, and this was a show on Disney Plus. It was eventually scrubbed or removed off their platform, so unfortunately, it's not able to be seen anymore. For whatever reason Disney decided to do. But it was a real fun show. It was kind of like a reality show, part fiction, part nonfiction, where teenagers, 13, 14, 15, a group of them go throughout, have this adventure. I'm sure they know what's going on, but they're wearing garments of the time, like medieval stuff, and they're on an adventure.
It looks fun. It looks fun.
One of the producers on it, great producing team. One of the producers was on Lord of the Rings, so it had a very much a Lord of the Rings feel to it. Nice quality. It was really well done. They did one season. They did one season years ago in Austria, and this is a new season they brought back, and they shot that in Napa Valley, a cool castle, in wine country, and so it was really cool, fun. I played 2 characters. But it was a very interesting experience because I have murder mystery experience being in front of people, and of course a lot of theater experience. And thank goodness, because it's interesting because, like, for instance, I'm the witch and I'm turning around, and so when the kids are like greenlit, they're having this experience. They're going through living their life, doing this adventure, but nothing's stopping them. So I'm called a set. They're ready to go. So team 1 comes in, all the normal camera crew and stuff like that. They're getting my wides, my close-ups, my turnarounds, and nice, good, epic shots.
I love those voices. He does have a wiggle voice.
You know who I have a question. Would you love to do the Rocky Horror Show?
I stage managed the Rocky Horror Show, and I was backstage on the Rocky Horror Show for another production. But I would love to play Riff Raff. I've always wanted to play that.
Oh, you'd be a great Riff Raff.
You'd be terrific in Rocky.
All right, so
I want to say one more thing. I heard a rumor that you and I might be working in the same movie.
Oh, really? Well, I like that.
I'm
Cool.
serious. As soon as they
I
get
talked to him about it a little bit.
when
I've
they
talked to
get
his
funded.
manager about it, and funding I think is
Cool.
coming through before Christmas, hopefully.
So
and then we'll
I
be
hope
getting
we
back.
have scenes together.
So it'll
I
be
hope
fun.
so too, Ron. That's cool. Right on.
I'd like to work with somebody that knows what they're doing for a change.
Yes. Right. I try to anyways.
So you guys, please follow Kevin Kepi on Instagram. Check out all his projects. We want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yep.
Again, thank Matt Chasen for bringing you on your show. Have a Merry Christmas, and we'll
Yep.
talk to you soon.
And you're a
Cool.
great guest. Great guest.
Cool.
Thank
Have a
you.
very, very Merry Christmas or Happy Holiday, whatever you
Happy
have.
holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year,
Whatever
indeed.
you,
Bye.
whatever you pray to.
Bye-bye. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Kevin.
See
Bye.
you.
Thank you, guys.
See you at the next red carpet.
Hey, you guys, real quick, so we don't run out of time, we want to play this song. This is a very good friend of mine, David Martinez. He works with Lady Lake Music. This is his Christmas single. It's called Christmas in Corpus Christi. It's a fun rock kind of Christmas song. We want everybody to hear it, and then we'll be back with our second guest. So enjoy, you guys. Christmas in Corpus Christi by David.
Our calendar's the way we're counting down the days. We're ready for Christmas break, already packed our bags. Corpus Christi Christmas has been on a Christmas list. Instead of mistletoe, my wish is for a hibiscus kiss. Christmas in Corpus Christi, no place I'd rather be. Hanging with friends and family in the sparkling city by the sea. Christmas in Corpus Christi. Christmas in Corpus Christi. From Porto to Padre, all along the bay. 70 with a cool ocean breeze, pizza winter freeze. Life beside a boat parade, peppermint candy cane lane. Merry mariachis on the street, caroling on the beach. Christmas in Corpus Christi, no place I'd rather be. Hanging with friends and family in the sparkling city by the sea. Christmas in Corpus Christi. Christmas in Corpus Christi. Da 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 da. Hey, pass that Santa hat. Surfing Santa, palm trees with lights, nativity scene stars shining bright. Corpus Christi, body of Christ, he's the reason for the season. Christmas in Corpus Christi, no place we'd rather be. Hanging with friends and family in the sparkling city by the sea. Christmas in Corpus Christi, place to be on Christmas Eve. Children laughing merrily, bonfires on the beach. Christmas in Corpus Christi. Christmas in Corpus Christi. Where's my gingerbread?
Hey, everybody, what's up? That was Christmas in Corpus Christi by David Martinez. He works with Lady Lake Music, who's one of the best music promoters on planet Earth. And you can find her on Twitter at Lady Lake Music. Ron went to go change his shirt, I guess because he didn't want to clash, but hopefully he's coming back. Yeah, here he comes. So then we're going to bring on our next guest. But hang on 2 seconds. Let's let Ron sit down. Hope everybody enjoyed the song. And Ron put on more of a solid shirt. Yay! All right, everybody.
I couldn't stand that clashing. It was making me nuts.
All right, so we're going to bring on our next guest. So let's bring him on, Juan. Let's make sure we can hear him.
Kind of nice that looks now.
Hello.
Hey, guys.
All right, so please let me make sure I love the Philip Plein sweatshirt. That's really cool. Is it Ciro DiPaggio?
Yeah, Cheeto DiPaggio.
Ciro DiPaggio. All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, content creator, writer, award-winning actor, executive producer, Ciro DiPaggio. Hello and welcome to the show.
Hello, thank you for having me. Nice to meet you guys.
So this is my cool, outrageous man about town co-host Ron Russell.
Where are you from?
Where's my DNA from?
No, you. Are you from Brooklyn?
Oh, yeah, I've lived in Brooklyn. I'm a Miami guy, though. I like to claim Miami.
No. I want to know where you're from because I have to know. Anybody from Italians from Brooklyn are the best. And I'm an Italian from Brooklyn. So I'm the best. You're the best, too, if you're an Italian from Brooklyn. But if you're an Italian from New Jersey, we still have the Jersey War. So I lived in Florida. We're moving back to Florida this summer. Yeah. I got to get out of California. They're all nuts here.
I know that's right.
Right? Fucking crazy people in California. You come here normal and you wind up screwed up and you leave.
So you're actually you live in Miami. I was born in Miami, but I only lived there as a young child, and then I grew up in West Palm Beach. I went to high school in Jacksonville, college in Gainesville, and then I moved back and I lived in Boca and Fort Lauderdale.
I live in Boca now, but I like to claim Miami. I spent many years here. My kids, they're born in New York, and I have roots in New York, but I like Miami. I'm the New York.
I lived in Boca. My very good friends live in Boca. Do you know Giordano?
No, I don't.
Actor? Johnny Giordano is a buddy of mine, and also Lapandozzi.
Yeah, I don't know him.
But you know what? You're like me. My father said, never remember a name, I'll smack you. So you could say to me, do you know this one and you know that one? And I'll say no. And they could be next to me.
Funny you say that because I was getting ready to tell you I won't recognize any name you tell me.
What did you say?
He said, I was just getting ready to tell you I won't recognize any name you tell me.
Yeah, I don't recognize them either, but I want you to know that I know them so you know that I know the right people and you know the right people. It's the Italian code. You know, like, what's the Italian code? My very, very best friend. That means something. If you say my good friend, if you say my very, very, very good friend, then that's something.
Yeah. So we have a chat room with a bunch of people in it. Say hi, everybody in the chat room.
Hello, everybody.
And
so I hear you're a big shit producer,
director, actor, everything. He's everything. I told him that you're the. So I lived in Fort Lauderdale. I was involved in everything that got done back in the day. I haven't lived there in many years. And I told him, like, for indie films, you're like at the top of the world for the quality of content that you're putting out. And in Florida, you are like king shit, I told him, because you really got a lot of great things going on. I actually even saw on your Facebook page a couple of weeks ago, maybe, that you are working with Robert Davi now. He's been on the show twice. Like, we love him. He's fabulous, and he's going to be working on some productions.
Jimmy's been saying such good things about you.
I told him I've never met you.
No. He's bragging about you, right? So I said, what's this guy's name? I hear your name. I said, of course he's great. He's Italian, you stupid Irish bastard. What do you want from Irish, right? Irish have no brains.
Yeah, me.
Of course he's great. He's Italian from New York. What do you think?
Okay, go ahead. Say what you were going to say.
Me and Robert Davi, we've partnered up. We're going to be doing a couple of projects coming up, and I'm very excited about it. I've also going to be doing something with Danny A. Abekaiser. I don't know if you know who he is, but he's a great director. He's done Inside Man, Mob Town. He's got Mob Cops coming out. He did The Engineer on Netflix. It's really a big deal. And, you know, I'm excited about those projects that are coming forward. My new movie about to be released is Silent Partners. It's based on, loosely based on a true events here in South Florida in the 80s. And it's a mob genre film. And it stars James Russo, you know, from Donnie Brasco and
Yep.
You know, it's got Gary Pastore, who played Matty the Horse on The Deuce. It's got a bunch of other people. Mike Marino, Make Italian Again, America Italian Again, comedian.
Actually, I wrote it down. I wrote some of it down because some of these people I actually know. I did a film with Barry J. Meinhof back in the day when I lived in Florida. It was like a Corey Feldman film. It was a terrible film, but it was fun. Oscar Torres in it, who's been on the show. Anthony Carone, I don't know how you pronounce his name if that's incorrect, but he was just on our show a couple weeks ago. Joseph D'Onofrio. Nick Vallelonga, believe it or not, we just met him at a red carpet event like recently here in LA. And we're friends with Gary Pastore on Facebook, you know, so kind of like, so tell me this, because you kind of got into the game a little bit like late. You haven't been doing this that long. You've been very successful. A lot of your stuff, because your first big hit, Mob King, you know, like everything is very like mob oriented. Is that I noticed that you're getting ready to do a horror movie. Maybe I think I remember reading on your page, but like, is the mob thing like, is that something that because you must be really good at it? You got all these great mob actors and everything.
Listen, if you're an Italian from New York, you're good at the mob. That's all I play. That's all I play because of my Brooklyn accent. Yeah. When they need a gangster, they say, get Russell, because he talks like a New Yorker from years ago. And, you know, not too many people have the ancient Brooklyn accent like I got.
So let's go and answer the question a little bit about doing the mob stuff. Tell us a little bit about Silent Partners, and then I'm going to play the trailer for everybody so they can see it.
Okay. Well, Silent Partners originated, it was originally going to be, it was a pilot based on a very close relative of mine, Dave Icovetti Sr., who was a Gambino boss down here in Florida for 40 years. So me and my brother, Dave Jr., we decided that, you know, we were going to do something about it. But then when I wanted to turn it into a movie, I went ahead and switched the names, you know, so it is still Fat Dave, but we don't use the Icovetti name. We use a different name that I put in there. And so that, you know, it's going into a movie. You don't want to have things that are, you know, can be people point fingers at and say, oh, you guys talked about this in the film or whatever. So the event that we base it on is an insurance scam that took place in the 80s. There were some guys down here that, you know, they were clipping people, you know, and making it look like it was, you know, the crew up in Cali there, the Mayo crew. I mean, up in New York there, the Mayo crew. So they were making it look like the Gemini killings. And, you know, the Gambinos down here caught wind of it, put some people on the trail to try to find out who it is. Now, they never caught those insurance guys. You know, they got away with, you know, they would write up these policies on people and then they would take them out and cash out the policies. And so they got away scot-free. So I wanted to make a film that basically celebrated the bad guy. You know, he gets all the money, he kills everybody, he gets the hot girl at the end, and he rides off into the sunset. You know, so many times, all these movies, you know, the people always end up dead or whatever the case is, or the bad guy goes to jail. I had enough of that, you know. I want the bad guy to win in this movie, so he does.
I love that.
I agree with you. I know a lot of wise guys from Brooklyn. I'm 84 years old, so I know the fathers of the kids today.
Sure.
I was in so many houses of so-called mafia that had killers, bad people. They get the rap. I won't use the name, but the Capo di Capo, the big mafioso from Staten Island, I was in his house, and his grandchildren were there. Guess what he was doing? Ballet with them. He was dancing ballet with his grandchildren. Now, you think you're going to show that in the movie? No. They always portray the Italian as the bad guy. The Italian was always the thief, the killer, the murderer, the whatever. We cut people up in bathtubs and then eat them. I'm sick of that shit. I would love to write a movie or be in a movie where they show the real inside of what supposedly the mafia is like. They help people. They help people. They help people with money. They help people with favors. They are good people. I stick up for the mafia. When they show the Italians as bad people, I get crazy. Because you go into the house of a mafioso, you're treated like a king. You sit down, they give you a beautiful meal. They say, okay, what can I do for you? Who does that? Who else does that?
All right, so let him answer. You're like
wait a minute. You know anybody else that does that? I don't.
You know, for the record, I would just like to say that the cutting up of the bodies in the bathtub, nobody eats them.
No, but I mean, that's
that was funny.
No, but that's what they listen. Every movie I see about Italian. First of all, the government is the mafia. You want to talk about bad guys? Look at Hillary Clinton. She killed more people than anybody I know in the mafia. All right? You want to talk about corruption? Look at the Democrats that we just got rid of. You want to talk about corruption?
No,
they talk about the mafia is bad. All the mafia is a bunch of Italians that got together because nobody would give them a job or a place to live. And they had children to feed and mothers and grandmothers to care for. So they joined an organization, and that organization runs like a business. All the kids that I know today that have parents that were supposedly mafia, you know what they are? Bankers, lawyers, stockbrokers. They're not hoods. They're beautiful kids.
So take it back, because I want to take it back to Silent Partners.
Okay, I get crazy with this shit.
So Silent Partners, first of all, congratulations, because I believe I remember seeing that you won a Best Actor award at a big film festival for it. And you also, are you also the writer? Did you write it?
I wrote some of it, but my main writers are my director, Joe Chianes, and James Bishop. They're my partners. We create everything. I create the franchises, and then they write the actual scripts for me.
Okay, so Juan, we're gonna play the video I gave you that says Silent Partners trailer, but I want you, Chiro, to just introduce it for us, and then hang on. We're gonna play it real quick, and we'll be right back.
Okay, so this is Silent Partners. It's coming out in April of 2025. I
don't have the fucking money. I don't have it tonight, okay? I thought you didn't swim.
It's a nice pool. My name is Valentine. You'll get to know me as Charlie. It's a character I cooked up when the Chicago outfit decided to run a play in the South. Coming here should have been a fresh start for me. But it wasn't. I knew the game I was mixed up in had no end in sight. With the drug trade booming and all the sun, fun, and murder on the front page of the papers. It was a perfect cover for a scheme so diabolical it had the only family I've ever really known showered in profits for over a decade.
Goody boy financial.
Me? Falling for temptation? That shit's for the weak.
Come with me. You got coke?
You can't be an enforcer for the mob and have your guard down like you're some carefree asshole from the burbs taking karate lessons from a knockoff Chuck Norris.
What type of law enforcement you do, neighbor?
Is that something I need to disclose? I knew I had one mission.
I thought so.
Make sure the plan got executed flawlessly. And that's what I did.
Yay, everybody. So that's the trailer for Silent Partners. It's coming out in April 2025, like he said. I love it. So it looks really good. You look really good on screen. And I know that you kind of made your name in the Hollywood film world with Mob King, which I think, I'm not sure if I understand the series of events, but I think it started as a TV series, and then you turned it into a film. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So because Mob King, like everybody knows Mob King, like when you
and
when
everybody wants
movies.
to watch the Italian mafia. They love it. You make a movie about them. Look, there's a guy on Long Island, out in Suffolk County. He does movies. You might even know him. He does movies all about the mafia. He did the one that what's his name is it? My friend.
Yeah, no,
The Irishman. The Irishman. This guy makes all these mafia movies. He makes a fortune. Then he has a red carpet where you pay $125 to walk on the red carpet. Then you go afterwards to a big catering hall where he has dinners for everybody to eat that went to see the movie. Guy's got a business going like you can't believe. He's making a fucking
It's
fortune.
not the Irishman, though. You're talking about the guy who's in the Irishman.
The guy who's my friend's in the Irishman.
Yeah, because the Irishman's like an Academy Award.
Yeah, no. But this guy, he probably knows him. I forgot his name. But he's an Italian from somewhere.
So no, I want to go back though.
What a racket he's got.
I want to go back to that though. So Mob King, because everybody knows it. No matter what, like whoever you talk to, and we've had a ton of like Sopranos actors and different like actors on the show over the years. People who are in a lot of the different mob kinds of things, and everybody actually knows Mob King. So in a very short time,
and we also had Russo on.
Johnny Russo. He probably knows Johnny Russo.
Russo was on our show.
We've had like a whole bunch of different people. We had somebody's daughter who's like a lesbian who was telling us about how when she was a kid.
What's his name's daughter? My big time.
Anyway.
Oh no, the one that got beat up under the table.
Anyway.
What the hell was his name?
Asha, also you're in Florida. Do you know Jack O'Halloran?
I don't know anybody, to be honest with you.
Okay, Jack O'Halloran was a big actor in Superman. He was the bad guy in Superman.
He's
2.
safe to know. You can
he's a safe one. He's a famous actor, but his father was his stepfather was.
I don't remember
the guy, the Italian guy who gets killed in the barbershop.
I don't remember.
Anyway, so you made a big name with Mob King. You have great people in it: James Russo, Robert Lasardo. He's a really good friend of ours. Artie Pasquale, Oksana Lada, Joey Catalano. Again, Anthony's in it, and I think in the TV series. You also had Gia Salazar, who I did a TV pilot with her many years ago in Florida. So that was your first one. How did you decide that was going to be the first story that you did, and why do you think people are so drawn to it? Because it's really been very successful.
There's a couple things that I do differently than what Ron there likes the most. When I create mob movies, I want exactly the opposite. I don't want the stereotypical, hey, where's my money? I'm gonna break your legs. When guys come down and film with me, I try to tone down the New York accent, because in South Florida, I was in those circles. I know how things went, and it was a big thing down here where you didn't accentuate that. Like Fat Dave, few of the other guys, I'm not a name dropper, I'm not a clout chaser, so I've never really done that. I just create my own path. But I know how the beats work. I know how the street works. I know how it all goes down and how to craft the stories around it. And I think people just gravitate to that fresh perspective. Like Mob King is basically, a guy comes out of prison after serving a bunch of years. He wants to get back to his life, and set of circumstances, as they always do, pull him back in, so to speak. You know what I mean? And he's got no choice but to operate in those parameters and try to save his family and stuff like that. And I like to have good acting. I cast everybody myself in Mob King and Silent Partners. I do a lot of the legwork on my own, and if I'm not doing it, it's one of my teammates like Jokes Yanez or Jay Bishop. So we got a good little thing going on. I think we make some good stories, and there's in order to people love those type of street movies and stuff like that because they get to live vicariously through those characters. Because let's face it, 99% of the population, thankfully, are not going to do 30 years in prison. They're not going to run out there and chop a guy up, as you say, and put him in the bathtub. They're not going to do these type of things, so they like to be able to go to work on Monday morning, stand around with their friends and be like, hey, say hello to my little friend, and live through.
But there's a human side to everyone, and film can bring that out. And I'm only wishing that film would bring out the human side to the racket, the reason why the racket became a racket, the reason why the Italians became what they became down in Mulberry Street. My great-grandfather was Vincenzo Vincenzani. Vincenzo Vincenzani had all the napkins and tablecloths in New York City restaurants in the 1800s, like 1890 and before the turn of the century. All right. The stories that my great-grandmother told us, what they did to the Italians, if they ever did that to the black people, there'd be a revolution. Nothing has ever been done to black people like what was done to the Italians by others. Raping their daughters in the hallway, not letting them live in an apartment. They had to live in the tent in the street. What? You think the Italians had it easy? So all of you fucking people out there that are moaning and groaning now because you don't have steam, heat, and hot water for 10 minutes, read history.
Wait, I want to go
read
back.
the history of the Italian. I would love to make a movie about the way it was and why Italians were the way they were.
Don't realize that, it was very, most Italians immigrated here first in the 1850s, 1860s to New Orleans. It was very bad there for them. And then, of course, in the 1898 to 1902, the influx into, Ellis Island. So, yeah, it was better in New York because there was more Italians. But in New Orleans, they faced persecution, which was pretty bad.
That's right. They hung that Italian. The famous Italian, they hung when everybody went nuts. La Mano Nera, the Black Hand, was then back there. That was before the mafia came, the Black Hand. But they strung up 2 Italians in New Orleans.
Hang on. So also, first of all, just to let you know, because the chat room is very complimentary, they said they thought you looked great in the film. So they're all saying, also they're correcting me, and Jack O'Halloran, who was in Superman's father, was Albert Anastasia.
We shouldn't say that. You know what?
There's a book on it. So
no, it's questionable. It's questionable. Anastasia was his mother's lover. Not really. There's something.
Anyway,
there was something there where he's not the blood.
So what I want to do,
Anastasia's blood.
Because everybody really likes Mob King. So what I want to do real quick, because it's a short trailer, is I want to play the Mob King trailer so people can see it, because maybe we can get a bunch of eyes on that one. Since the other one's not out yet. So how about if you introduce it to us, and then Juan, after he introduces it, just play the Mob King trailer real quick. But go ahead and introduce it for us, please.
This is Mob King, a story of Mike White and his family as he gets released from prison. You can see it on all the streaming networks like Amazon, Apple, Tubi, all of that good stuff. Just Google Mob King.
We made an oath. You know what that means.
Salute.
All those years away from his family. For what? So that when we need real protection, it's all blank stares?
All we got right now is us.
Do you really think he's gonna keep looking for you after this?
The old Dons would never let a violation like this go unpunished.
There's been some serious mishaps leading to bad business.
But I want you to find him.
I would die for Mikey and all of these guys, but this is uncharted territory.
You want to be a better husband? You want to be a better father? Then you get them back to life that you and Mia worked so hard for.
We live by it, we work by it, and not anything or anyone can break it.
I freaking love it. It looks great. The chat room loves it. I love the fact that you said you cast the films yourself, and I've done that before, and that's not an easy job. And almost every face I recognize. I might not know their name, but I recognize them from all the different things that they've been in. So you did a great job with your casting. So kudos to you.
Just keep in mind always, we never make the Italians look bad.
Yeah.
That's all. No matter if they blow somebody's head off, we don't make them look bad.
So I see on your IMDb you've done a bunch of other stuff too, but I want to ask a little bit about mostly because we're friends and we're friends with a lot of people in it. You're doing a video game. It's called Dragonfly Escape from Deneb 4 with Gigi Edgley, Robert Lasardo, and Donna Lee Heising, who they've all been on the show.
Donna played my wife.
Yeah, Donna played his wife.
I love her. I love her.
So,
she's the sweetest girl.
So, have you done a video game before, and what's the video game all about?
I think that's Dante's series, that Dimensions of War, that he's trying to put together as a movie and video game and all of that. He has me playing one of the main characters on there, so that's been in development for a couple of years. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, okay, so that one's not out. And then you also did a short. It's called Suitcasing. I think it won a bunch of. One thing that's very cool is everything you do wins a lot of awards. So kudos to that. But Suitcasing, it's a short comedy, and the tagline is "In prison, you make money out the ass."
Chino, what do you think of the pizza in Florida?
Suitcasing is a prison term for inmates that bring in contraband through the back door. So
okay, got it. Oh, that's how. Okay, I didn't know what that was. Okay, so did you know that?
What?
Suitcasing is when you're in prison and you bring contraband in through your ass. That's funny though. That's a funny. Where can we see that one?
Amazon. It's a 10-minute episode is on there now. It's the only 10-minute program that's on Amazon. They love it, so they keep it on there.
Oh, and in the chat room, they're telling us that you also have merchandise for your film, and we should tell you to tell everybody where to go get it.
Well, contact me on Facebook. We're actually I'm getting into a brand deal with a company out of as Donald Trump would say, China, and they're going to be producing a bunch of everything, really, you know. So, but I have all of that. I have everything. MobKingOliveOil.com. You could go to and get our Caliendo Mob King olive oil. Cigars, you know, you can just find me on Facebook. You send me a message or request me if you want to be friends. I'm very active there. I support my fan base like they support me, because you know I got this real thing about authenticity, and you know it always befuddles me how people who have a measure of fame or a measure of success and then will ignore the very people that put them in that position, because you can't have a book or anything that you do if you don't have a fan base that appreciates it. So I make a concerted effort. I spend hours a day on social media to respond to people, to let them know that I see them, that I appreciate them, and that's what has gotten me my deals and stuff like that. It's because of my following and fan base, where people want to do brand deals with me and put my name on their products to sell, and my movies. You know, Mob King took off because of my fan base, because you know it had a lower level of distribution because it was my first film. Even though it's Gravitas, I don't want to in any way demean them, but they are a company that puts out 200-300 movies a year. You know, I mean,
yes.
you have to have a good movie, but they still kick out movies right and left. And a lot of people don't understand that this whole thing about make it and they will come, that's not the way things happen in the film business. You know, distribution is a very tough thing to get, and if you do get it, there's no behind it at that level. Gravitas and people around that area, all they do is they put it everywhere. So Gravitas does a very good job of putting it everywhere, but if you don't have the fan base or the marketing angle, because everything works through an algorithm. Amazon has their own algorithm, Apple has their own algorithm, and if you don't have people purchasing, it doesn't go into their algorithm. They're not going to show it to other people. And so I'll give you an example. When Mob King came out in May of 2023, that it started out at $2.99 to rent and $6.99 to buy. Within 4 hours, it went to $6.99 to rent and $13.99 to buy because of the amount of people who were buying the movie. So in the last 18 months, for example, if you were to check IMDb or whatever, there's 27,000 IMDb. So, you know, in movie circles, they say that only 5% of all moviegoers leave reviews, and they're usually bad reviews. The people who love the movie don't say nothing about it. They just tell their friends, hey, that movie's great. So the fact that it has that many, and it has good, you know, it has good buzz about it, and everybody who watches it seems to like it, it keeps pushing it and pushing it and pushing it, and it keeps doing well. So And Silent Partners, in my opinion, is better. It's more full. And what I mean by that, there's more money in it. You know, there's more production value and bigger storylines besides just the one guy. So and it's got a higher level of distribution. Breaking Glass Pictures is distributing it. I gave them worldwide rights. So they're going to be really pushing the movie, and they're really excited about it. And, you know, it's a fun 80s. If you grew up in Miami or you know about the 80s in Miami, it was the cocaine heyday, it was the party heyday, it was the mafia here. South Florida has always been an open territory, so all 5 families could operate here, and they did. And so, you know, it just, we converged that world of the outfit from Chicago, the New York mob, the street life of the cocaine world, and then you have these insurance guys running around clipping people right and left to get their money from a policy.
I think everything that you said is super, you know, that's one reason why our show has done so well, is that, you know, we try to have a good time, but also like I'm like you. I don't think my social media is quite as big as yours, but I got like 1.5 million followers or something, and they're pretty interactive and engaging. And I think that a lot of people don't know, because I also make films like you do. People make the film, but nobody has a business plan to how to get it out there. And I think that's, you know, that's why most films don't, you know, make it and don't do very well. We're actually working with Breaking Glass Pictures on one of our next films. And I was just the guy who's doing the music for it's in Florida, actually, Luis Martinez, who was a big guy in the 80s, actually. He did like Expose and all the big, you know, music groups in the 80s. And, but you're right, and people don't approach it as a business. And I think the fact that you interact with everybody, you know, is super, super duper important. We do that too. We interact with everybody in social media, and when we go out places, you know, we talk to everybody. It doesn't matter who they are, you know, because that's the only way to actually build a fan base, and you need the fan base to make everything successful. So you've done a wonderful job with it. I want to say kudos about that.
I have 5,000 friends on Facebook. Fuck it, that's it.
He's 84. He doesn't do the rest of them.
I don't do the rest of the TikTok and your sister's cock. I don't do any of that shit. I got no time for that stuff.
I do Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. And TikTok's actually my favorite out of all of them, even though I have the smallest following. It's a lot of fun. So why don't you tell people, how do they find you on social media?
It's very easy. I'm Cyril DiPaggio on Facebook, Cyril DiPaggio on Instagram, Cyril DiPaggio on TikTok, even though TikTok's going to be going away here soon. So, you know, that's where I'm at. You can reach out to me. You can send me a friend's request, or you want to follow me. And I think you have to be friends to actually comment. You know, up to about 1.5 years ago, I had over 2 million followers on Facebook. And then I started looking in, because like you just said, I look at everything from the business side of it. And I found that having that many followers actually slows my algorithm from reaching the people who will actually be the people who go and buy the movie when it comes out. So yes. I spent a conservative effort over 10 months getting rid of literally over 1.5 million to 2 million followers over 10 months. Every night I would get rid of 500, and it's so aggravating because you got to go to each person's page and get rid of them. You know what I mean? You
yes, but everybody thinks that having big numbers is good for you, but it's not. It's your interaction. You know, how many people actually like interact and correspond with you is what's the most important thing. And that's why I like TikTok. So do you think they're really going to get rid of TikTok, or do you think they're going to work something out before the 20th?
The only thing they can work out is if they sell it. And how are you going to sell it that fast? Unless,
yeah. I love your TikTok. Your TikTok is fun, so I love it.
That sounds very gay.
No, no, TikTok.
I know, but it sounds TikTok. Gay. I love your TikTok.
All right, so you guys, you want to follow Jared DiPaggio on all his social medias? Please check out Mob King. Silent Partners is coming out in April of 2025. Check out his prison short comedy Suitcasing on Amazon. And I also wrote down Backlash TV series. I don't know what that is, but Mike White. It's the same kid. Your character is Mike White in Mob King too, right?
That's a kid named LeVar. He does some films and stuff, and he wanted me to come in and we put my Mike White character into his thing that he had going on. I think the Backlash was out on Amazon about 7 years ago. So I did that. You know, I got Brass Knuckles, which is a bullying film that I made. And, I'm doing Mob King 2. I'm going to be doing a good run with Danny A. and Daniel Knopf, who created Carnival series. He created NBC's Dracula. He was the head writer on The Blacklist. So, I'm getting around the type of people now that really get you on that super big stage. So I'm looking forward to the content that I can bring people. And, I'll still be down to earth. I'll still be responding to people, even if I'm as big as The Rock, because, in my mind, I'm just grateful that people like what I do.
I think it's terrific. And that's a great attitude.
Zero. Did you ever hear of the Wise Guys show in New Jersey?
I did.
You got to go on that show. That'll do a lot for your movie.
Yeah, they're a lot of nice.
Tell them Ron Russell sent you.
Yeah, they're really nice guys.
They're terrific guys. All Italian. Terrific.
Yeah, they're great guys. I know, like I said, Joey Cat used to have something to do with that. He's a pal of mine, so.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
But I think your interview on that show, because they have a big fan base now, could promote your movie good.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a while to go on.
And they're nice guys, and they're fun interview. They're crazy like us, So
yeah, they're fun. They're a good time. So everybody, please follow him, support him in everything he does. We want to thank you for coming on the show. We wish you and your family a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and Happy New Year. Best of luck with everything that you're doing. It's very impressive, and congratulations with all of that. And just enjoy your holidays, while you're working hard.
And next summer, when we live in Boca again, let's go to lunch. All right?
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't know what's down there. The restaurants used to shit. I don't know if they're what restaurant is great? Johnny's. You ever eat at Johnny's?
No, but I'll tell you where to eat. My friend Marco owns Novello's over in Yamato and US 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
perfect.
Because we used to eat in the one in the little shopping center. What the hell was it anyway?
No, Gianni's. That's on Atlantic.
Johnny
Boulevard in Pompano.
When Johnny was alive, the food was fabulous. Now he's dead. I don't know what the food's like, but it's very hard to get good bagels and good pizza in Florida.
Yeah.
Everything is rubber.
It's very hard to get anything good in California. The pizza's terrible. The Chinese food is just despicable.
California, they put jalapeno. They put jalapeno in
everything.
They even got jalapeno ice cream here. Jalapeno is in every fucking thing. Your ass burns for a month when you eat here.
It's funny. Anyway, Joe, thank you so much. Merry Christmas. Best of luck in everything
Buon
you do.
Natale, caro mio. Amico.
And we'll see you. Thank you so much.
You understand Italian?
Actually.
Yes, thankfully.
Good.
Terrific. All righty. Thank you so much, Chiro. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Hey, everybody in the chat room. So next week is our Christmas show. We want to thank everybody for tuning in today. We got a couple of minutes left so we can talk. We have 3 minutes that we can talk about something. And I think both our guests today were a lot of fun. So we want to thank Kevin Kepi and Chiro DiPaggio for coming on the show.
There is a very large group of Italians in the hundreds of thousands who really resent these films about the mafia because it makes the world think that all Italians are connected to the mafia. Not true. There are a very small group of people that are connected to anybody that even so. I mean, the mafia doesn't even exist. It doesn't, no such thing anyway, if you really want to know it. But there's a lot of Italians that get pissed. They say, we don't want to be represented this way. The same with the Jewish people. They hated the nanny because Fran Drescher was like a common Jew, a loudmouth. And her mother ate like a pig, with food hanging out of her mouth. And the Jewish people were very resentful of that because they were not that way. That was the antique 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 years ago, a type of foreign European Jew. But we have to learn that it's all movies. It's not true. There are good and bad in every race. And there are low class and elegant people in all races also.
So there you go.
Huh?
So there you go. So everybody, thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. We're going to cut out. Wish everybody a great weekend, and we'll see you next week for our Christmas show in chat room. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you guys on social media. Bye, everybody. See ya.
Bye-bye. See you next week. Woo.
Can turn out to be so wrong. Yeah, we in the mix. Yeah, we in the mix.
folks, it's another episode. Here we go, the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. Interviewing the hottest, newest, and truest of today's celebrities. Make sure to subscribe so you can get notified weekly. Jimmy Star, he's the king of cool. Ron Russell, he's a gorgeous dude. Chat room is live and you would be a fool not to vibe with us at the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. So come watch it live on W4CY Radio. Miss some past episodes, download on iTunes. The Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. It's the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell.